Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right, got another reaction video from the NBA and Gil's Arena. What is that? Is that a spiked bat? It's a spiked bat. Okay. Although it looks like Christmas shit going on, but he's doing like a Halloween thing, I guess. Whatever. This is from Gil's Arena. Gil's Arena finally snaps over Bronny James's development. Now, I have not seen this. I've heard some hints from Anthony. And,
yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever the fuck these guys are about to say.
Hold on.
He's got the Aikman jersey on? God damn. All right, here we go.
All right, go ahead.
Gil's Arena finally snaps over Bronny James's development. Here we go.
So Ty, you were at the South Bay Lakers game this weekend. How did Bronny look to you out there?
He still got some work to do.
Oh shit, that was not nice.
Like, is it still raw? Like when you're watching him, like.
Wait, why was that so awkward? What's going on there? Why was that such an awkward? Cheryl Streep was like, "Don't look at me." But all right, fair enough. Here we go.
What are you looking for? Are you looking at, like, right now he should be good? Like, what do you think he will look like in 2 years from now? You think he'll be like, okay, you're going to be functional. You're going to be an NBA player in 2 years.
Watching
2 years he'll be grandpa.
it's like he needs that hunger to want to put in that work to be better.
So it's still a privilege?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Lance Armstrong admitting to Oprah, like, yeah, I'm a bit of a sociopath. Like it's like a tough thing you have to like say out loud in front of people. That's what it looks like. Oh man, do you know who she is? The other lady?
No, I assume she plays basketball.
Yeah, I assume she's fucking.
She's a part of the WNBA.
I'm sure she was.
Her name is Jordan from Alaska.
Stop it. Anyways, all right. So not like very awkward start to that, and kind of a disappointing. Hey, whatever. We'll say. Because we do have a precedence that Gil set from before the draft, right? And then once he got drafted, and then now here we are after giving him time to quote unquote play, I guess. So exactly. Yep. But let's see.
Yeah.
See, and everybody thought I was silly when I said he should work with Quincy. And, you know, and it was like, why not D'Lo, an NBA player? Because D'Lo's been an NBA player. He ain't hungry to get somewhere, right? Quincy is like, that you're talking about a guy who gave his resume, like he was going to workouts, giving his resume out. That's a whole different type of hunger.
Yeah, Quincy got his first buck.
So Quincy, do you know what Quincy is?
It's the one all these dudes were talking about because of how good he was playing and how.
Yeah, and he's in a G League, and like they're gonna get into it where it's like Rashad clumsily will bring it up where like, yo, like he's like his whole thing is gonna be like, yo, why should he help him if this guy's just gonna replace me? And they're trying to make it seem like, nah, he ain't gonna replace him. If you do what you gotta do, you ain't gonna get replaced. But it's like, remember when you said earlier, like, yo, this is like, I hope this guy's not on a roster to take the spot of someone more deserving than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where like, if all things are equal, say this Quincy guy does like pushes Bronny, and Bronny becomes this player with like a lot of confidence that's really blossoming. Where do you think that leaves Quincy if all things are being equal?
Nowhere. In the G League.
And it's like, I don't know. Cause one side of it is like they're saying like, nah, that shouldn't stop you from being the best player you can be. But just life's a little funny. Life's not as black and white as that.
Yeah.
These decision make.
I don't know,
Go ahead.
man. Like, okay. Let's say, okay, Quincy. What's his? Do you know his last name?
Nah,
I know the
no.
guy they're talking about though. I forgot his name, but he can go off for 30 a night
Jones.
in the fucking G League, right? But if
Okay.
but if Bronny shows a hint of NBA potential, it will be blown out of proportion to where now this guy's getting more and more opportunities in regards to being in the league. Way more than Quincy, who maybe averages 30 a game.
Yeah.
Well, that's the G League though. But if Brian does one little flash of NBA talent, they're like, yeah, he could play up here. Bring him up. Like that's what I think would happen. Actually, it's like they're waiting for him to show that at some point, as opposed to watching any of their other prospects in the G League instead of looking
Yep.
for them to see if they have some sort of NBA talent. Like one little inkling from Bronny, and I think he gets pushed up and pushed in front of the fucking line, essentially. And it's like that's fucking sad, man. It has nothing to do with skill or talent, right? It has something. It's
No.
just his name and who his dad is, which is just that's just weird, man. It's very bizarre. I mean, they're
And in
probably
a way,
hoping. Good.
it's funny, man. Like, oh, like we just heard this dipshit LeBron saying, like, yo, he needs to get traded. He needs to get traded. This guy's not getting traded. He wouldn't want to get traded because of the power he has with the Lakers. And if you really think about it, it's the biggest proof that he no longer cares about winning, if he ever did.
I mean,
Unless he can do it on his own terms within this team, it's not about winning.
we in our last video about LeBron and basketball. Like, yo, there's roles he could start filling the gaps at. Like, play those roles instead. Like, maybe they don't need a fucking point guard. They don't need a 6'8" non-playing defense, slower point guard that stands at the top of the fucking 3-point line. Maybe they need something else. Like, why can't since you can do everything, right? You're one of those guys who can do everything on the court. Why not show us that? Like, do some of the little things. Do some of the rebounding, the offensive rebounding. Get in the fucking post in the paint. Like, but it's like he has to win in a certain way, otherwise it doesn't count. He has to win like MJ or Kobe does, where like they take those, fade away jump shots and shit like that. It's like where it comes off as like marketing instead of like, okay, what do you need to do to win? Like, do that. If you got to be Bo Jackson, man. Not everyone's Derek Jeter, right? Who gets those big giant moments, right? Some guys are just like power dudes who need to like, you know, like they play their role, man. Like maybe someone needs to make a role for LeBron, and he seems versatile enough to be able to do that. It's just maybe coaches are too afraid to do it, right? And that's not me throwing it all on JJ Redick. He has a fucking staff of head coaches, bro. He
It
does,
doesn't matter. None of them can say LeBron do this, LeBron do that.
which is
To an
bizarre.
extent,
That's
to an
bizarre.
extent, they can coach him up. But at the end of the day, it really is like, yo, are you coachable? That goes in all walks, in all sports. Are you coachable?
Have we seen him do anything else anywhere, like except for those couple years in Miami? We haven't seen
Yeah.
him do anything else, like at all. He
And
just
if
wants
he's
to run
not going
point
to
guard.
excel, if he's not going to excel at running the court both ways, you're leaving a lot of points, and you're giving up a lot of points on both ends.
Yes. Meanwhile, you have guys who can fulfill that role of playing point guard and pushing the fucking pace. And you
Yeah.
have D'Los, you have Austin Reeves, you have fucking even what's his name off the bench, like Christie off the bench could probably push the ball somewhat, right? So you have guards, you have lead guards that can do these things for you, and you can play like bully. You can play bully fucking ball. I guess he wants to be the finesse guy. He wants to be the MJ floating through the lane, making crazy layups, or like Kobe on the post shooting, deep mid range fadeaways and shit like that. Because it looks glorious, right? As opposed to like, okay, what do we got to do to win? And just do that. Whatever wins, go for that. I don't see that from the LeBron character. maybe he's willing to, and the coaches are too afraid to say anything to him. But it's like, dude, cut his minutes and have him play specific things on the fucking court and go from there. But whatever. Okay, it's about Bronny, I guess. Yeah, let's hear their.
Bucket in his career against the Blazers, hit a 3 in that game.
Oh, yeah, he's sitting there like, hey, my name is Quincy. Here's my resume. This is what I did in college and high school and stuff. That's a whole different type of mentality. That means his back is against the wall. You want to work out with that every day.
Yeah.
When you look at a guy who's sitting there, he don't want to lose in the line drill. He's showing up early. He's showing up late.
Yeah.
Like, he's better than you right now, and he's hungrier. You want to run in the field with that guy.
We forgot to mention the earlier takes from Gil, right?
Yeah.
Where like, hey, we want him around pros, man. He's gonna be around professional players. We want to surround
Why
him with
would he go to
professionals.
college when he can develop with his dad?
Yeah.
Dad's a little busy now, isn't he?
Interesting enough. Man. And even then, we were saying it was like kind of like, in a way, like quote unquote rigged, kind of, where it's like you're trying to force him to become an NBA talent, as opposed to seeing an NBA talent like, okay, here's an NBA talent that we can, like, I guess, give more progression to, instead of like, we're just going to try to create you into one, which is what the Lakers were. That was their initial thing. We had nothing else to go on, right? Some of his workouts, I guess. We have nothing else to go on to say he's an NBA talent, other than we will develop him into one. Which is just like, but you could say that for any fucking person on the fucking planet, damn near. Or any, kid trying to play basketball, at least. You could take a bum from D3 fucking college and be like, yeah, we could just develop him into an NBA player.
You know how many centers you could do that with?
Exactly, which I was freaking out the Edie kid. Remember him? The Memphis, he went to Memphis.
Yeah.
I was like, how is he not going to get drafted? But he did, eventually, but whatever. So this is a way different tone that Gilbert's giving here than what was initially being said, all the excuse making from when they drafted him in the first place. But, all right, here we go. Let's hear more.
Right? Everybody else in the NBA, they've already been there. D'Lo's chilling, right? Those guys are NBA players walking in, 30 minutes before the game. That's not the guy. You want the guy who at any day could be cut. Right? Those are the guys you want to be around.
That's not what he was saying,
Somebody
dude.
else will teach you how.
Go ahead.
That's not what he was saying. When the fuck did he say that?
He never said that. I don't think he's ever said that.
Like, I'm like, bro, I was listening today, like, am I tripping, bro? Is it just me?
I don't think you're tripping. I don't think he's ever said this before. Like that. I don't listen to him all the time, but what I heard when they first drafted Bronny, right, or even was potentially drafting Bronny, he was saying these statements like he should be around pros to develop his game. But now he's saying, like, no, he should be around the hungry guy who's going to work his ass off.
Specifically his dad. He should be around his dad. No, go learn with your dad. Your dad ain't teaching you shit, bro.
Learn how to be a pro. What's funny about this is that he's saying, like, oh, the guy who's like, you want to be around the guy who can get cut any day, who's gonna work his ass off and get cut any day. Because is Bronny gonna get cut?
No,
Gil.
Because you're
no.
So learn that desperation now.
Just observe the desperate
crazy.
animal. Observe
That is
him.
crazy, bro. That's like a social experiment.
It's bizarre, very bizarre. Observe the wounded, or not the wounded, but the trapped animal who got no way out.
Trapped animal learn how to be aggressive, like the trapped animal.
Like, what are these fools? Props for Bronny to learn? They're fucking props, essentially, instead of like, yo, this guy's trying to go to the NBA. That's why he's working his ass off. It's like, shouldn't that be the only thing you care about? So Bronny should just be doing the same thing. Work your ass off to try to be in the NBA if you actually want to be there. Otherwise, don't look at them like they're fucking National Geographic animals. Like, look at this. Look at the wildebeest back against the wall with predators surrounding them. Like, fuck that, man. You don't have that. You don't have that, Bronny. That's not in your life at all. Like, you at 40 years old could probably become an honorary fucking NBA player just because Adam Silver will allow it. Like an honorary player that they let you play like a minute or something. Like, you could probably do that. Quincy, it ain't happening for him, bro. He's got to make it or it's over. Make it or go to Europe and play. Straight up. And it's disappointing and very bizarre. But here we go. Here's more of this.
How to use the motor.
I kind of want to call this capping, to be honest with you.
It is capping, bro.
You wasn't gonna learn shit hanging with me. I'm gonna teach you how to party. I'm not gonna teach you how to you're fighting for your life to get to the NBA.
Yeah.
And that's who you want to be around 24/7. They don't got time for fuckery.
Yeah, because to your point, sorry.
Okay.
Kobe didn't have time for
When
fuckery.
you-
I mean, well,
Like I
in
haven't
his
watched
later
him
years.
play in person, but when you watch him play and you saying what you said about privilege, you wonder if he'll ever get there, because does he think because of who he is and who his dad is that he's always going to have a place in the G League or the NBA?
Yes.
I don't.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Just saying, I'm not saying that he's privileged. I'm saying like when I'm watching him, like I watch everything. I watch how you react when you miss a shot. I watch how you attack. I watch how you are when you come out the game, when you go in the game. Like I watch all of that. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing it, it's like to see that hunger when you make a turnover. Are you sprinting back? Are you just like,
Oh well.
you know? So those are things I watch when I watch players in general, not just Bronny. But
also LeBron, right? When he makes a turnover and he turns to the ref and doesn't run back on defense.
Eerily similar.
I hope he's not doing that. I haven't seen Bronny do that shit. I thought I've seen him like hustle a lot. Just like hustle is different. Like at the NBA level, hustle is only good for like the little leagues, bro. When you're at professional level, man, you got to do more than just hustle. You got to be you got to be effective in hustle.
Are you saying LeBron sometimes turns to the ref and says, "Why don't you call a foul?"
Yeah.
Yes.
All the
Oh,
time.
A lot.
Most of the time.
And forget about where he messes up or anything like that. Like it's hard to see him like once in a while catch him running back on defense during a transition play. Like dude, you're 6'8", you run like a deer, and you can jump. Fucking, we need you in transition defense, bro. You're needed. You can close out on shooters, and you can fucking block shots, and you can box out and rebound. Like you are, the way you are physically, you are needed in those roles, bro. It can't just be little D'Lo running down court and try to get rebounds over fucking, Vucevic or someone, right? It's got to be like we need your size and speed and power in the paint. It's needed. But yeah, like if you can't do that, then just play less minutes so you can. But we can't allow that either, which is like it's just shooting yourself in the foot and expecting some sort of different result happening. It's actually very, very fucking crazy. It's fucking bizarre. But all right, let's hear more.
he has the athleticism. He has the ability, but it's like I'm saying, are you really putting in that work to be better? Like you was up top, and then you got moved down to the G League. So do you have that hunger to go back? You know?
Yeah.
Where do you get that from?
What?
The hunger. When you talk about
Within.
the
Good question.
steps of the process from
It's within. You have to want it.
From an amateur to a pro, at what level do you start learning about wanting it?
Want it?
College.
Or younger.
Younger, yeah.
College.
It all depends.
College is a step you can't skip. That's where the grind is. So you learn yourself.
It depends.
I started in high school.
Yeah.
Well, probably before middle school to high school.
I agree with it. It depends. It doesn't. You don't have to just go to college because LeBron didn't go to college, but he also knew he was a highly touted fucking prospect to where he had to like be ready for certain things before he got to the league, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, Bronny never got that process. He never got. I haven't seen like a moment where he's been allowed to actually do that. Even though, yeah, LeBron, you were playing in fucking high school, right? St. Vincent, St. Mary, right? You're playing in high school and you're a highly touted guy, but still, people are going at you, bro. Like you had to be the guy at some point, somewhere, right? I haven't seen Bronny be like that ever or have to be tested like that. Kobe, same thing. He had to be tested, and then he didn't get drafted #1 overall. I'm sure he had some press. He didn't have LeBron press. So he had to work his way up amongst the pros and become that guy. So it's like, I'm just saying, man. Like, there's got to be some level where you play at and you're the fucking dude somewhere. Bronny has not had that. So it doesn't have to be. I don't think it has to be college, the way Rashad's saying. But there has to be a moment. There has to be something that pushes you over the top. I think. But all right, here we go.
The basics, the fundamentals of the game, where you understand where your place is in the game, is in college, where you actually can decide whether you're going to dominate or not. You can't go back on the high school.
But the hunger isn't about dominating.
But when you get
about
to
what
college,
you want.
when you go to a McDonald's All-American,
true,
and you go into all these little senior joints, when you step on campus that first year, it's not high school no more. It's different. It's another level up. And so when you out there, you playing another level up, and you're not dominating. You're just a.
He wasn't dominating in high school. I'm just saying.
You gonna be content with being the person of the pack, or you gonna find a way to be the leader of the pack? This is when I was in college. I don't know how it is now, but that's how. I'm not in here to be with y'all. I'm here to be up here. So I've always said for Bronny, I've always said for Bronny, if you have that in high school and you can't convert it, go to college where you can dominate. Go to college where you find yourself. Now all we're hearing is he going down to learn from Quincy. If I'm Quincy, why am I teaching somebody to replace me?
Yeah, competing for my
I'm teaching you how to replace me, and you skip steps that I spent 4 years in them steps.
And then 'cause
4 years in these steps, and you mean to tell me I gotta come and help somebody who skipped them steps?
I mean,
And
you could become entourage.
You ain't who you are then.
Make a life out of
I
that.
don't give a fuck who
Not
you
confident
think
in
you
your own
are.
ability.
You're
No
not
doubt.
replacing me.
No doubt.
The reason you can't replace me is because you're mimicking, you're trying to get what I have today. I've been hungry from day one. I've been hungry from high school. I've been hungry from, college, middle school. I've been hungry my whole life. So you can't gain this type of hunger just working out with me.
Bro, me and
I know,
you,
like, think about it.
are going for the same
That's
spot.
true.
Cool.
Right?
You're not gonna
You got
beat me
here.
on it.
Yeah.
You didn't get here because of how I got here. You got here because your pops.
Yeah,
was
so
here.
you can't
So
beat
now we're lined up.
Yes.
We're lined up. You have an advantage.
What's your advantage?
You already signed and you have favor from your pops. So why am I now have to take what I know from college and give it to you? Because you didn't want to go to college. That's crazy.
College has nothing to do with anything.
You just.
You're gonna lose the argument there, Rashad, because you keep saying college. It does not have to be college. It has to be like an experience, man. It really does.
He's so homed in on college.
Brandon Jennings skipped college. He went to the fucking Euro Leagues. LaMelo Ball skipped college. Went to the fucking where'd he go? Australia or something? Euro Leagues in Australia and all that shit. It has to be like something within a player that needs to be developed, or not developed. I think just brought out, right? And I haven't seen Brian like bring that out of himself. And like I'm telling you, there's people. It doesn't. This whole thing they're saying about hunger. I'm not gonna just narrow it down to you came from nothing and this guy came from wealth and fame with LeBron, right? There's plenty of people in all these different areas of discipline where they have parents that are famous for this or that or whatever the fuck. You have actors where they like, I'm going to change my name from my parents' name because I want to be me. I want to fill my own lane, be my own, person, my own celebrity, my own actor, or whatever the fuck. Same in sports, man. Maybe not the name change, but they want to carve out their own fucking thing. And it's like Bronny, like, there's no excuses, man. I don't care who your dad is. If you really want to play basketball for a living and be like considered a good player or even serviceable, like something needs to be awakened for that. It can't just be go along to get along, and where there's no threats because you're not gonna get released, dude. The only way Bronny gets released is if he wants to be released. Otherwise, he's not getting released. Or if LeBron's like, I'm leaving the Lakers. That's something like that.
Didn't they say they sent him down to G League or whatever that means?
Yes, they sent him down in the G League. For sure, but he's. I'm saying he's not going to be like released.
Baseball, AAA, and versus AA.
Essentially the minor leagues. Yeah.
No, but hold up. When the team's on the road, he goes with the Lakers though.
Yeah.
He doesn't travel with the
That's
G
true.
League team. That's another travesty.
Yeah. That should be the kid from Landman. Like, I want to work the small oil jobs.
Yeah.
So I know the whole business inside and out. Like, where's that fucking hunger at? Where it's like, and guess what? I bet Bronny didn't even announce that. I bet it's Dad's people announced that
all his dad.
and made it happen. Where it's like, damn, man, you're losing here too, bro. Guess what? There's plenty of, forget about like financial wealth, but there's plenty of like existential wealth all over the place for people to develop themselves or become the person they want to become. It's all over the place for every bracket of finance or where you came from and all that shit. It's always there. It's just if something's like, ironically, if your dad's getting in the way of that, like you need to step off of that shit and step onto a different podium that's yours. That's your fucking platform. That's for you. That LeBron can't fucking touch. Right? He needs to actually separate himself. Like actually, like I'm not saying like abandon your dad. I'm saying like just mentally become your own person. Otherwise, like what are we doing here as humans at that point? Just to be honest with you, but. Maybe he just wants to coast through life. Okay, fine. Don't be in the NBA then. Just want to coast and like chill out. That's cool. Why would I have a problem with that? Go do your thing. Just don't be in the NBA with it. Like let Quincy get his chance instead of you. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, here we go.
Said the dude that spent 4 years, you want him to learn from him. You want him to learn from the guys that know about the grind, that know about this. He learned that from college. He learned the grind from college.
High school.
He learned the grind.
You can be a rich
from 4
kid and
years
know
of
the grind,
college,
bro.
And you know it.
When it comes to playing
grind
basketball,
from college.
Oh my gosh.
You definitely learned grind.
I got cut.
You was the man in high school. No, I got cut my freshman year in high school while I was on JV. Played 14 minutes for the whole season.
Bro.
He said I wouldn't be an NBA. He said I wouldn't be a varsity player.
Bro.
That right there hurt me so bad that I needed to prove him wrong.
Okay, MJ.
You was averaging 40 and 50.
I was on. No, that was after the fact. I went to Birmingham High School. I was on JV. I was a bench player. And I went up to the coach after. I just had my best game of the season, 10 points, right? 10 points, last game, like, hey. Right, I'm sitting here I'm thinking I'm excited.
Not talking about the grind of
that is the grind, but that
college grind, not the high school grind.
But you gotta understand.
But are you saying like the grind makes you hungry?
I'm saying the grind prepares you to deal with the pros.
No.
When you ain't gotta go down to the G League and have to prove that you can play.
That's not the. It's something that happens in your life that brings that grind.
Mm-hmm.
What?
The hunger
Yes.
too.
What?
I was just a basketball player, just happy to be out that motherfucker. And this white man told me you would never make this varsity team. And I'm like,
you done told 4 different stories now about what's happened when you were younger, bro. First you played football, then your dad picked you up and told you, man, you done told so many, I don't even know where to start now.
Everybody knows the story of my freshman year going to Birmingham, and I wasn't a good player.
See how we're just so far off now.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
They made it about them.
God.
That's why I stopped watching.
Your description was like to a T on point. Like they literally now they're just like somewhere else now. I don't understand Rashad just forcing it to be high school or college. That doesn't make sense. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Gil's kid right now, I forgot his name. Isaiah or something like that. I forgot his kid's name. But Gil's kid is out there doing NBA run with pro players, with NBA players, doing runs with them, working hard. Like that kid probably doesn't need college, bro. Be real with you. Was he like 6'5" or something? 6'5" point guard. He shoots a lot, but that's the NBA now. Let's be honest. He has length, he has size, he can jump, he can shoot, and he's already doing pro runs with pro players. Like, yeah, that kid doesn't need that college thing. He just has to have maintain his willpower and not get scared if he's in the pros. I'm sure he will go to college. I'm just saying, but like that thing that gets, built up in a player, he's already doing it. I have not seen it. Where's that for Bronny? Where is it? I don't know. A little bit more play, but if they keep going and off topic like this, I'll just end it. But here we go.
Yeah.
I'm not a good player. I'm a JV player, and I scored 10 points thinking that was something. And this man told me, yo, you're not an NBA. I mean, you're not a varsity player. You're never going to be a varsity player. And that right there changed my whole life. Like, I need to prove you wrong. So I didn't even sleep that summer. Got so good, I transferred, went to Grant, and became a varsity player.
Bro, when you got
Averaged
to
22.
Arizona, you said you had the red shirt of Arizona.
They told me I was going to red shirt.
Right, boom. And then what happened when they told you that?
But I wasn't even on the road to get to Arizona if it wasn't for the dude at Birmingham.
Cool, but when you got there, you didn't red shirt because what?
Because my grind.
Exactly.
But where did I get the grind? I got the grind
You
already.
had to show them your grind in college.
No, I already had the
Oh
grind
my God,
from that
Rashad.
freshman
They didn't,
year
know
of my
that.
sophomore.
They didn't know that at college you had that. You showed the college people your grind. And then when you was grinding in college, it helped you get to the pro.
But what I'm saying is I'm already that dude with the grind. That man made me the killer I was.
Okay, so
when you ask somebody,
Bronny not that guy. He didn't start out like that guy. He didn't have the grind.
But when you say you ask somebody about me in high school, they will say that man was a killer. I already knew, like, oh my God, this is what people think of me. I'm destroying everybody. There was no score. I don't give a fuck what the score is. You wasn't going to take me off of. If we up 50, I'm trying to score 60. That concept, I was on the bench and I knew what it was. So when I got to college, what happened is they just inherited what I already was.
So why didn't that translate the same way for Bronny? He's
'Cause he didn't have it.
McDonald's All-American. He dominated in high school.
But he didn't.
He didn't.
That's a
Okay,
lie.
so but he didn't.
Because he didn't have what he didn't have. He didn't have the door slammed in his face yet.
The grind?
The door slammed in his face.
You mean the grind?
Okay, I think I see where Rashad's going. Forgive me if he changes his mind later. I'm stopping the video here, though. I guess he's trying to prove some point about college, how important college is, which for some players, yes. Guess what? For Bronny, I would assume college would have been the best option. I think 3 years there probably would have served him very well, considering where he's at now. To learn to become like a real scorer, like I can create my own shot scorer, or a defensive like a real defensive pest, or just a pure point guard, dishing the fucking ball out and shit. Like guess what? Like there's physicality to the game, but there's also like an extreme amount of intelligence. So if he could just master something like the way Chris Paul plays, like imagine that. Bronny James, 6'1", he's probably a little taller than Chris Paul, maybe the same height, but I think a little taller. Definitely a better athlete, a way better athlete. This kid has like a 40+ inch vertical leap. Now imagine that with point guard skills. You are serviceable wherever the fuck you play if you develop that. But we haven't seen him stop at a level and then try to develop it. Playing in high school with a bunch of other fucking 5-star recruits. Sorry, like you're not gonna like even the McDonald's All-American thing could have been a fucking scam. I didn't pay attention enough, but that could have been a fucking scam on its own. To be honest with you, just like his namesake got him to become a McDonald's All-American when there could have been someone else more deserving. Which it's worthy of looking back at. But either way, it's like him playing with a bunch of other highly touted prospects in high school. Like, we didn't get to see him step up and be like, yo, be that guy. Go watch Anthony Edwards in high school. I've watched this recently. Go watch Anthony Edwards in high school. That dude's the fucking man there. And he's takes some wild shots sometimes, but guess what? He owns it. He's like developing that ability to be like a primary scorer, right? He's probably way more inconsistent than he is now, but he was still like had the kind of lack of fear, the courage to be able to play like that, even though he knows he's going to mess up and miss shots and all that shit, right? There's like an aura to him, it seemed like, right? He knew his jumping ability and all that fucking freak athleticism would get him to next level, right? But the confidence to try to develop your game and become like a cerebral style scorer, like he developed that. You could see him doing it in high school. The way he plays now in the NBA, you could see it there. Just now he's just more efficient. So it doesn't have to be college, yes, but someone like Bronny, yes, I think he does need college, or he can get lost in the overseas game, maybe. I guess, but. You know, it is what it is. Is there anything else to this? Is that it, Anthony?
Weird things he was saying.
Yeah, well, Gil with the kind of the step back, travels a couple times, takes a fadeaway jump shot, and it goes in because Rashad's the one guarding him. Like, is not that impressive to me, but it is what it is. He's
No,
kind of a talking
why
head, so he's
is
gonna allowed
this
to dance
motherfucker
around
got a? Why is this fucker got a crown on and a baseball bat?
because he's the
Why is
king.
this fucking? Why is his knees all blown out like he's been fucking doing you know what?
He's the king of swing. That's why.
These guys trying to be punk rock, or they be dragging their knees a little too much.
It's a new style, man. Punk rock.
More like
Thank you,
punk
Jim
cock.
Jones. Anyways, yeah, I mean, well, we were calling it while Gilbert was doing the obvious dick riding. Not even I don't even think it's for Bronny. I think it's for LeBron, but Bronny, as in a tangential way, he's kind of getting dick riding. Like, look at him play. He's like an NBA prospect, man. And you know what? If he's not there yet, he'll learn from the other pros. He used to be around AD, LeBron, D'Lo, Reeves. He used to be around NBA players all the time, all these coaches. Into all of a sudden, well, he should be looking at the bottom of the roster and like who's the hardest working guy down there, the guy whose back's against the wall and like, I don't know. Like, isn't that part of the problem, Gil? Is that Bronny is just a winner no matter what? Like, no matter what scenario you kind of throw him in mentally, he has to become a winner. It's like, hey, maybe he just shouldn't be in the league if he's not gonna work as hard as Quincy, whatever the fuck his name is. Like, maybe, I don't know, but shit. I will. I'm gonna leave it there. Any last words? Anyone?
No, good.
All right. There's our reaction to Gil's Arena finally snaps over Bronny James's development. Finally, and snaps in all caps. There you go.